Yo, what is up, Cowboys Nation? Buckle up because we've got absolutely massive, earth-shattering news dropping right now from the heart of Texas, and this one's going to leave a lot of jaws on the floor. We're talking about something nobody saw coming, something so unexpected, so emotional, so shocking that it's got fans across the country scrambling for answers. The Dallas Cowboys, yes, America's team, just announced a surprise departure that has rocked the locker room, stirred up controversy online, and sparked a wave of speculation across sports media. We're not talking about some practice squad adjustment or a minor coaching shuffle. This is a player who has been part of the Cowboys' identity, a name that fans chant in the stands, someone who's been integral to the culture, the chemistry, and the very soul of the team. And just like that, gone. No warning, no slow build-up, no whisper of this happening behind closed doors. It dropped like a thunderbolt out of the clear Texas sky, and we're going to break it all down right here. So don't even think about clicking away, because we are going deep into this story: the who, the why, the what it means, and where the Cowboys go from here. So here's what we know. Just this morning, in what started off as a routine training camp update, the Cowboys front office issued a brief but emotionally charged statement confirming the immediate and unexpected departure of one of the team's most respected figures. The statement was vague, deliberately vague, but it was clear enough to send a tidal wave of reaction through the fanbase. Social media exploded, fans were left reeling, and let me tell you, it wasn't just the fans. Current and former players started posting cryptic messages, emojis, and tribute videos. That's how you know it's serious. When players stop posting workout clips and start sharing memories, it means something deep just happened. And as the smoke starts to clear, we're beginning to understand the magnitude of what this means, not just for the Dallas Cowboys, but for the entire NFC East and potentially the playoff picture for the upcoming season. So let's get into it. First off, let's talk about the person at the center of this storm. We're talking about a player who's been with the organization through highs and lows, someone who's known for their leadership on and off the field. This isn't a rookie, this isn't a fringe guy. This is someone who's had defining moments in big games. They've been in the trenches with Doc, they've stood side by side with Micah, they've earned the respect of Jerry Jones himself, and that is not easy to do. So when word broke that this player was leaving, and not just leaving but doing so immediately, without a retirement ceremony, without a farewell tour, without a press conference or even a heartfelt goodbye post, it left fans stunned. Theories started flying immediately. Was it injury related? Did something happen behind the scenes? Is there a contract dispute nobody knew about? Did the player demand a release? Was there a falling out with coaches? The truth, as it turns out, is far more layered and way more emotional than anyone imagined. Sources close to the situation are now revealing that this wasn't about money. This wasn't about ego. This wasn't even about playing time. It came down to personal priorities, a shift in mindset, and some real, human-level life decisions. And say what you want about football being a business, but moments like these remind us that the players we watch every Sunday aren't just athletes, they're people. With families, with dreams, with struggles, with moments of reckoning. And that's what reportedly happened here. The player made the heart-wrenching decision to step away, not because they couldn't perform anymore, but because they needed to put their life first. And man, that hits different. We cheer these guys on. We build fantasy teams around them. We scream their names on game day. But we don't always think about the toll, the physical, the emotional, the mental that this game can take. So while the football side of this is massive, the human side? It's even bigger. Now let's talk impact. Let's talk fallout. Because this isn't just a feelings story, it has real consequences for the Cowboys going forward. This departure leaves a gaping hole in the roster, a leadership void in the locker room, and a big old question mark hanging over the team's depth chart. Coaches are now scrambling to adjust. Position groups have been reshuffled. Schemes may need to be reworked. The defensive unit or offensive unit, depending on who the player is now operating without one of its anchors. And let me be crystal clear, this is the kind of shakeup that can either bring a team together or tear it apart. We've seen it before. A big name exits, and suddenly the whole vibe shifts. The younger guys don't know who to look to. The vets get frustrated. The media starts speculating. The pressure on the remaining stars doubles. And unless there's a strong, unifying response from the coaching staff and the players who remain, it can get ugly fast. But listen, this is the Dallas Cowboys. This isn't some flailing franchise with no direction. This is one of the most iconic teams in the history of sports. And if there's one thing this team has shown time and time again, it's resilience. Remember the injuries? The playoff heartbreaks? The doubters? This team finds ways to adapt, to fight, to rise again. And that's what they're going to have to do now. The front office is already reportedly exploring free agent options to shore up the position. There's talk of shifting some roles internally, moving a second stringer into a starting spot, giving some younger guys a chance to step up and prove they belong. And you know what? Sometimes, these moments create opportunities. It might be someone's shot to shine. Someone who's been grinding in the background, waiting for their moment. This could be it, but make no mistake, it's a high-pressure moment. Expectations are sky-high, the margin for error is razor-thin. And the eyes of the entire league are watching. And let's not ignore the emotional toll on the locker room. Teammates are hurting. This wasn't just a teammate, this was a brother. This was someone who set the tone in meetings, who brought the energy at practice, who picked guys up after tough losses. And now they're gone, just like that. The emotional whiplash is real. And that's something the coaches are going to have to manage carefully. You don't want a cloud hanging over camp. You don't want distractions. But at the same time, you can't just pretend it didn't happen. You have to acknowledge the loss. You have to allow space for the team to process it. And then, gradually, you pivot. You use it as fuel. You dedicate the season to that teammate. You carry their spirit into every game. That's how great teams respond to adversity. That's how champions are made, not by avoiding hardship, but by embracing it, overcoming it, channeling it. As for the fans, listen, I know this hurts. This one stings deep. You build a connection with a player. You buy the jersey. You defend them on Twitter. You cheer their name in the stadium. And then one day, they're just gone. No warning. No closure. That's tough. But I'll say this, if you love the team, if you love the star, then you know that this journey is full of twists and turns. It's never a straight line. It's about loyalty through the ups and downs. And this is one of those down moments. But the story's not over. Not by a long shot. There are 17 games ahead. Playoff dreams still alive. The fire in Doc's eyes. The dominance of Micah. The hunger in CeeDee Lamb. And maybe, just maybe, this moment right here becomes the turning point. The moment the team rallies. The moment legends are born. So stay locked in. We'll be following every angle of this story as it unfolds. More updates are coming. We'll be looking at the front office moves, the locker room reactions, the fan tributes, and everything in between. And you already know, if anything else breaks, any surprise signings, new developments, statements from the player themselves, you'll hear it here first. So smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below. How do you feel about this departure? Heartbroken? Furious? Hopeful? I want to hear from you. This channel isn't just about news, it's about community. About Cowboys Nation coming together, even when the road gets rough. And right now, we ride together, no matter what. Go